are excited. We have an incredible night tonight. I'll tell you, 9atNIght, every weekday night, and it is filled with all types of wonderful content. I'm talking tonight, Monday night, it's all about the business. And we're not talking just a specific general, we're talking about home-based businesses. And there's quite a few of them. And if you're doing that, if you have not considered that, this is something that you really need to pay attention to. We have certified experts here tonight that's going to teach you, educate you, and get you all excited too. So I cannot wait. Our first guest, I can't wait to introduce him. And this is a gentleman that definitely has done incredible things when it comes to helping get your taxes in order, especially and all those write-offs when it comes to with the home-based business. So this is Mr. Richard Brough. He's a CPA. He graduated from cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts degree in accounting with minors in business administration and Mandarin Chinese. He spent over 35 years helping small and home-based business owners increase their profits while helping them save on taxes. And most of those years were also spent as a financial auditor, which provides Richard with a thorough understanding of how an auditor thinks. So he now applies this knowledge on every tax return he prepares. And outside of tax season, he travels around the country presenting workshops for the home-based business industry. And he's been listed in publications such as the National Dean's List, America's Registry of Outstanding Professionals, Montclair Who's Who among executives and professionals, and even international Who's Who's of entrepreneurs. So with that, I am so excited to invite our dear friend. And Richard, welcome.
Well, thank you, Christine. Appreciate that warm introduction there. And
are you still bopping it with that music?
I do like the music. I was going to mention that.
Yeah, good. I like that too. Well, I am excited to know what your tax tips you're going to give us today. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay, yeah, great. I like to start these each week, as you know, with a little, I call it a tax tidbit. Before I give that to you, actually, I have a mentor, Sandy Botkin. Some of them may have heard of. He used to be an attorney for the IRS, a very good, solid person and trainer for home-based business taxes. But he's known for saying you'd have to be brain dead to not have this home-based business. And I agree with that from a tax perspective. But I'd also qualify that by saying that not everybody is cut out to be an entrepreneur or have even a home-based business. And the reason I bring this up is, to a certain degree, lots of times that's what gives the direct sales or network marketing a bad name. There's a lot of people out there, and my good friend George Madiou would call them the 70%ers. These are people that started a network marketing business. He calls it winning the network marketing lottery. I joined a network marketing company. Now I can just sit back and watch the money roll in without doing any work. They try that for about 90 days, and guess what? No money rolls in. So then they quit. And they're the ones that's usually given a bad name. Oh, this is a scam. This is one of them pyramid schemes and stuff like that. So I would say, if you're not willing to roll up your sleeves and do some work, maybe the direct sales home-based business of any kind probably is not for you. With that being said, my tax tidbit today is probably, for those that qualify for it, probably my favorite tax deduction, and that is paying your children to work for your business up to age 17. Okay, so anybody under age 18 or up to and including age 17, they can make money from their parents tax-free. Okay, they can make up to $13,000. They don't have to pay any payroll taxes like Social Security and Medicare on it. And a single person has a standard deduction of almost $13,000, meaning they can make that much without paying any taxes on it. So it winds up being tax deductible to mom and dad and tax-free to junior. So a great deduction, but probably even more importantly than the deduction, as you guys know, that's listened to the show here recently since I've been on it, I'm really big into financial literacy and what those kids can do with that money. Let me give you an example. If you hired your children for the ages of 16 and 17 for those 2 years, and if you could pay them $500 a month for working your business, legitimate work, and they stuck that into some sort of an account that would grow, let's say a Roth IRA, it would make, let's say it would average 10%, okay, per year. If they did that for 2 years, $500 a month, and then quit. Didn't put any more money into it after that, but it just sat there and grew, compounding at 10% per year. That child, by the time they hit retirement age, would have over $1.5 million. I think it's $1.7 million in that account. If you did that for 4 years, and they're 14, 15, 16, and 17, and did the same thing for those 4 years, over $3 million in that investment account, right? Especially if it's in a Roth, it's going to come out tax-free on top of that. So really, that's what we call the time value of money. But Christine, that's today's tax tidbit, paying your children's wage.
Okay, I got me unmuted. So what I absolutely love is that with you, anybody in any home-based business needs to get on the show, because you are going to be the one that absolutely steers them straight. Tax season is now. And now there are some businesses when you're paying your kids, and my kids will feel they were slaves, but but that's how it is. But there are some other benefits by having them. If you all go on a family trip and you're doing business along the way, do they get those benefits on their taxes, or they don't have taxes until they're 18? Is that correct, or how does that work?
Well, they wouldn't necessarily have those deductions because they didn't make enough money to pay taxes.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Because if you paid them, in my example, the $500 a month, that's only $6,000 a year. You could actually pay them $1,000 a month and they still won't owe taxes.
Okay, so what's the limit on paying or not paying per year?
So now you can pay them whatever you want to. If you can justify paying them $2,000 a month, you can pay them $2,000 a month. At that point, they will owe income taxes.
Right, and that's what I meant was, what was that break point before they start paying taxes?
For this year, it's actually $12,950.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
But if you're in a higher tax bracket and they're in a lower tax bracket, you can pay them more than that. And then, like you said, if you take them with you on some of these trips, and it's part of their job that they have to be with you, then yeah, their expenses would be deductible as well as your expenses. Now, and let me say this works for whenever I'm on here, and I should qualify this before I say anything about the tax tidbits, is the rules I'm giving you are for sole proprietors or for LLCs being taxed as a sole proprietor. A lot of people might be an S corporation or something like that. Check with your tax person on how the rules would apply to you in those circumstances. This is one of those that's paying children's wages is for a sole proprietor. It does not work for S corporations.
That is excellent information. And Richard, I have a slide, and I will put up with you that has all your information on it. So let's just give it away, and I'll put it in the chat right now. Of anyone needing to get a hold of you, where do you want to steer them? Yeah, it's richard.brough.cpa@gmail.com. I'm happy to answer anybody's questions that they might have. If they have a quick question or something, it's best to email me. Like I say, this time of year, I'm working around the clock. Sometimes it might be the middle of the night before I can get to somebody, but I will get to you. Okay, so just to clarify, it's richard.brough, BROUGH @.CPA
at gmail.com.
At Gmail. Okay, that's on and it's in the chat. So yay. Well, I sure appreciate it. I'm so excited. Now we have a fun list for guests tonight. And Richard, you've introduced me to each one of them. So I am so excited. I'm going to go bring on our buddy. Next is George Madiou. So let me get a slide. I got slides here, guys. And go ahead and introduce George. So thank you, Richard. And at the end, what's going to be great is each one of you are going to come on, and everybody viewing, you're going to meet these incredible guys and their part in the worldwide of network marketing. And then we get to all have a big chat afterwards. So I'm really excited for that. So our next guest is George Madiou. And George has the Network Marketing Magazine. He's the CEO and founder, and his passion is helping serious network marketers create financial success in their business and lives. For the past 16 years, George has been the publisher and founder of the Network Marketing Magazine, as I mentioned, and he's the creator of the 27% Success Training System and one of the most effective MLM educational platforms on the market today. So he has 2 degrees in marketing and management from New York University, and his family is everything to him. George is married 43 years to Debbie and has 2 adult children, and Sarah's married to Greg with grandson Jacob and his newly married son David married to Katie. So I'll tell you, that's a happy family right there. So with that, George, we just want to say, and here's your contact information. You know, I made one for Richard. I'm not just, and it's not here. So please forgive me, but we're going to make sure that's there next time. But George, welcome. And we're so glad that you're here.
Well, thank you so much. You know, you're right. Family's everything, or at least it should be. And a home-based business is really something that allows moms and dads to really participate in family like no other. And you know, it was funny because when I've been in network marketing for 3 decades, and I remember when my 2 children were young, I got to go on all sorts of school trips with all the other mothers.
Oh,
and
wow.
I would ask them, where are the dads? Because they have to work. I said,
Wow.
why? You know? And so what's really nice is that those 2 children of mine, right, turned into 2 children and now some, you know, 1 grandson, and we have like a Madiou population explosion. My daughter is pregnant with her daughter, and my son and his wife is pregnant with their first child. So, you know, it is so wonderful to be able to do the things that people wish they can do, or think that, well, when I make it, I'll be able to spend more time. Well, I mean, network marketing, like Richard said, it isn't for everybody, you know, but if you put your mindset into it, you could gain some experiences and some wonderful family times as a result of going ahead and being a part of, you know, that wonderful child rearing time of your family's life, and then on and on and on, soccer games and plays, and you know, it's just incredible.
We absolutely love family. My husband and I have 4 children each, so we're a combined family. We have 8 total, 16 grandkids, 1 great grandchild, and it's a party, I'll tell you that. What I wanted to do, George, is I wanted to go ahead and show your magazine website, and then I know you want to feature somebody special, but here is your website. Let's talk about the overview of why it's important everybody can use this and utilize this.
You know, this magazine, we're in our 17th year right now, and this magazine, as you can see, this month's issue is our 197th consecutive issue.
That's wonderful.
This magazine has turned into a network marketing resource. That search bar will search over 3,500 articles under all sorts of subjects if you want to, you know, gain some skill sets and wonder where it is that, you know, you can find this.
And here's a title.
Go ahead.
Oh, what I was going to say is here's a title that I want to look at. Doesn't it sound fun? Play to win and be happy. I want to see what shows up with that one. So I'm going to click it. Okay, so you click it and then you get some columns.
Yeah. So this is not only one of my favorite authors, Ron Wilder, but he's one of my closest friends.
Oh, wow.
extremely talented person, a huge leader in network marketing, and the wisdom is just absolutely incredible that he ends up, you know, putting out there. Like I started to say, this magazine is morphed from a magazine into um, into a resource, into a place where if you're going to be serious, like Richard said, you know, what we've deemed to be 27% of the industry instead of 70% of the industry that feel as though they bought themselves a network marketing lottery ticket just because they joined something. You know, this is work, but it's a lot of fun work, right? We have next month, our theme is an interesting theme. It's all about having an employee mindset versus an entrepreneur's mindset. What we find is that there's just an enormous amount of people. Look at who's there. Whoa, whoa, whoa! You went by too fast. This month is a great, great, great author. You all might know her, Christine Campbell, right? A first-time author in the magazine, with the likes of Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar and everything else, and our very own Christine, you know.
Thanks.
And so, you know, the thing is that there's a distinct mindset that really takes place because we're not taught in school, you know, other than to work for somebody, work hard, find a job, this or that. Well, in the last 3 years, we've had more people, at least 50 million people worldwide who have joined a business, you know, decided to go into business for themselves. And the majority of them have been a home-based business within the network marketing industry. So this is a great vehicle.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. I'll tell you, there's George, and this is the way to go. Now tell us about how people can get this magazine.
Well, if you go to the networkmarketingmagazine.com, you'll land on a landing page, and it'll tell you a little bit about the magazine and what we're all about, what we have to offer, and there's a way to be able to join. What we did recently, with the help of Ron Wilder, the guy that was on that article, what we ended up doing was we created a no-brainer kind of opportunity. We used to have a monthly issue for $27 a month. And what we did was we decided to make it available worldwide, and we lowered the price from $27 a month to $9 a month. And what they get is not only this month's issue, the current issue, but all the past issue, all 197 issues, because it really is for those people, those 27%ers that want to take the time to learn the skill sets necessary. We made it as easy as possible. So
What I like is your search bar. Let's pick a topic, because anybody can. Oh, there's one, prospecting. Showed up. So prospecting. If you go in here, then you can just click this and it will take you to articles, and all these articles about it. Is that correct?
307 articles.
Oh, okay. So it
See
says
that number of
here.
results.
Wow.
See, prospecting, everybody wants to know, how do you prospect? How, you know, where do you find people? Out of the top 10 themes in the magazine over the last 17 years, the number one subject or topic has been prospecting. The
Wow.
number two was the number 2 through 10 combined, right? That's how important the theme of prospecting is. But it's more than just prospecting. You know, if you put in that search bar what to say, I think that is probably more important than even prospecting.
Okay, so I just put what to say.
Yeah,
Okay, let's see what happens.
let's see what comes up.
Oh my gosh, a lot of results.
Well, this what it did was it ended up grabbing a search inside of articles, right?
Okay,
And so that's always this man here, Tom Big Al Schreider. He is the king of what to say. He's just a awesome teacher. As a matter of fact, when a person ends up joining for
Mhm.
that $9, they actually get almost $200 worth of bonuses. One of the bonuses is a video that Tom and I did, and it was based on his book, and the book is called Icebreakers.
oh, excellent.
And I love the subtitle, How to Get Any Prospect to Beg You for a Presentation. How would you like that? You know?
That is
And
excellent. So when you first go to the magazine, it's the Network Marketing Magazine, then you'll scroll down and then you visit you learn more here, click on that one.
Well, go to the left button.
Yeah. And then you scroll down and there's
And
George.
so we kind of tell a story behind the magazine, and some of your people would know that person that was just in the chair above. That's Zig Ziglar.
Excellent.
I mean, just a giant, not only in this industry, but in personal development.
Mm-hmm.
He was a great man.
That is excellent. And then this shows the free gift, right? That you have.
Well, this free gift is just a gift for visiting this place. This isn't
Wow.
even a gift of what it is that you get once you end up joining. But what we did was we ended up putting down a monthly program called Daily Downloads, and there are 30 articles in this daily download just for putting your name down, and it's just chock full of information, 30 days worth of information, so we are really into giving away lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff, because as a resource, there's no other one in the world, and we are international, and so it's really exciting to be able to go ahead and share the information.
Oh, that is excellent. And then scrolling down, that's where you actually sign in, and that's where you say you get your bonuses.
Right. Well, these are the bonuses right here, where you just scroll up a little bit. So the icebreakers, what it is that they end up getting to see this great video based on the book that I interviewed Tom on, Big Al, and Big Al also gives a bonus. Number 2 is a 5 trigger questions that you might want to ask. This guy on the left, Ron Wilder, may end up finding out a little bit more about him, but he's done just a great audio that has helped him become a diamond in his company, and a lot of his people following suit. And then bonus number 4, Shane Moran, is on goal setting. This man here is an expert at Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich.
Oh,
And
excellent.
this is a like I said, a $198 value when you sign up for $9. So
Oh, that is excellent. Well, it's just so much resources for anybody, even if they're brand new, because they can just say, I'm brand new in this search and something will come up, right?
yeah.
I love it. George, I can't say enough. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to next get your buddy on, Ron Wilder, that we've been talking about. But here's the magazine, the networkmarketingmagazine.com. And I love it. And I love what you've been doing, George. You've been doing amazing, amazing things with helping the industry in network marketing as a whole. And
Well, I
so
appreciate what you do, and I certainly appreciate having me on to be able to share a passion of mine, and that's helping people in their business. So thank you.
excellent. You bet. Thank you. We're going to move on. It is the Network Marketing Magazine, and we've just been talking with George Madiou. We're going to get him on back. We're going to get everybody back on, Richard and George, and we're going to meet Ron in a minute. We have a little commercial we're going to watch. This is for a book that was written specifically for brand new people in network marketing, and we'll just run this commercial. All right, now we're on to our next guest, and I'm so excited to have him join our Monday nights. His name, we've been talking about him, and I know his ears have been buzzing, but his name is Ron Wilder. He is a network marketing advocate, published author, architect of various online MLM training programs, mastermind behind the Simple Connector, and that's a CRM mobile app, and creator of the MLM Mastery Club.com. We're going to learn about that today, and I'm so excited. Ron's books help to make people's lives better by distilling the essence of complex topics in easy to understand ways. He especially enjoys helping network marketers find their whys to provide the fuel that helps and push past their fears to achieve that greatness they deserve. And he's a retired professional engineer, and you call that title PE, okay, thanks to network marketing. And Ron also believes in the technology and automation should be simplified rather than complicate people's lives. He's a quintessential inventor of an entrepreneur who enjoys creating powerful products that are simple, intuitive, and friendly for users. And I absolutely love that. And his term when you say goodbye is keep smiling. So he is the smiling genius here. And I want to say thanks and welcome to our show.
How you doing, Christine?
A little bit, but I tried my best.
You did great. You did great.
Well,
I appreciate that. Network marketing is my second love, right? It's engineering has been my love since fifth grade. Where I made my first 1-tube AM radio out of TV parts, out of old TVs, right? So, but network marketing retired me from engineering, so it's a good thing to have in your life. Network marketing is very powerful.
That is excellent. Now, what I want to do, cover a couple of things,
Sure.
is you have incredible book that you've written. Your wife's written a book. Man, you can show that on your incredible website club for everybody. Let's go into that, and you can take controls if you want to
Oh,
share
sure.
any of that. Yeah, this is your time. And this is exciting. I'll tell you, you just blow me away. The three of you are a powerhouse. We have a powerhouse tonight.
Thank you. Well, the website I'm building up right now is called MLM Mastery Club, and it's designed to be a kind of a social platform to help network marketers become successful. I find there's so many different things out there in the network marketing world that are just like either hard sales things. Sell them. I don't care what you sell them. Sell them something. Don't leave that house unless you sell them something. I hate that stuff, right? And so I've always been a believer that it's about the people. It's not the products, right? If you make your business about people and helping them get what they want, everything works out. And they also tend to be a lot happier and they stick around a lot longer. And so you can create a nice passive long-term business out of it. So I struggled for a long time trying to figure out the best way to kind of help people. And I came up with this thing called the MLM Mastery Club. And what it is it's a website that is designed to help network marketers become successful. Because remember, network marketing is a relationship business, okay? It's not just a business, and it's not just about relationships. If you just do one of those two things, you're either going to be, you'll disappear, because if you don't make the money, you'll disappear, right? And because people will run away from you. Or if it's all about relationships, then you pretty much give everything away and you go broke either way. So you gotta have kind of an equal part, relationships and business. And so that's why I decided to make a club. And the idea is to create a platform where people can connect with people. It's kind of like, think of it like this is like a Facebook wall. You can have sharing messages back and forth between people. You can do a lot of different things. You can add connections, and you've got social media links you can click on. And I can go to anybody else. If I click on somebody else's link, I can find out about them. I can connect with them. I can follow them. There's, I can see what kinds of things that they've been doing. Anyway, it's kind of a cool platform that way. And so that's kind of the dashboard. And it's also, I don't really show, I just realized I just logged in the wrong one. That's funny. Let me go into the right one. That'll be a little bit more useful. I have this is like a, what do you call a staging site I'm creating. So I'm actually developing some things here. And let me see if this will let me do this. Let's see. Here, let's try this. Let's see if it lets me get there. Here we go. So I'm going to log in again, but I'm going to log in to the correct site, which is make it a lot better. So we'll do that one here. We'll go to there, and we'll go log in. And so what you'll notice about this one, which is the about to be the live site, is you'll see things like points up here on the top, for example. You'll see credits and points. And so we've made it so that if you want to participate with other people, you want to talk to them and so forth, you'll earn points. And as you earn points, you can actually take those points and apply that toward products and things. So like this way, if you don't have a lot of money when you start network marketing, which a lot of us don't when we start, it's a way to be able to learn things without having to spend a lot of money. Okay. Now, if you have a lot of money, well, then you can access different things. We have Pro Tools that give you that. So let me give you kind of a quick overview. When you join, you get to the dashboard, which is where we are here. Okay. We have club resources, and club resources are things that club members can get access to. Meet the Masters are basically interviews with the various people who are masters of network marketing. We do short little interviews with them. In fact, I've got one on Richard in there as well, and we'll have one on George pretty soon, as well as Christine. But you'll have access to different things based on your level of membership. So if you're like a little higher level, you get office hours, you get access to industry news, the leaderboard, The leaderboard is kind of cool because as you participate in the platform, you'll earn points. And those points can get you higher and higher in the leaderboard. And every week we reset it. So it doesn't matter when you join, you still have a chance to win that week's, prizes. And the prizes basically are actual credits that you can put toward, products instead of having to spend money on it. So anyway, these are just different things. We have a member map. We do some destination travel type stuff. So these are just different things you can get to as your membership level is set. We also have the different kinds of memberships, and so that we talk a little bit about that. This particular account is set up for an apprentice membership. It's a little test account. Pro Tools, these are things that are products. For example, there's George's 27%er system. This is Richard Brough's finance tax stuff. Here's Christine's book. So, and again, if you click on a particular thing, okay, whatever either you're interested in, you'll find a little bit about it. So you'll find who the person is, a little bit of information, description, that kind of stuff. So when you go ready to buy it, you go, okay, add product, and off you go, right? We also have the rewards area. And the rewards are, remember we talked about earning points? Well, now you can actually click on these things. And when you click on them, you can just cash some reward points. So I've built up 195 points. I could cash 25 of those for this. Now I've already bought it, so it's already there. But that's how it works. If there's a lock symbol on it, it means you don't have access to it yet. We also have club events. And the club events are designed to so for example, if Christine has a meeting that talks about her book or something, or about George maybe has something that he's going to have something special happening with the Network Marketing Magazine, or we have a destination travel event, whatever it happens to be, this is where those things will be posted, and then you can actually subscribe to the calendar to get notifications and that kind of stuff. And of course, we have a help area. And what's kind of cool about this is think of the club. Again, it's social, right? So social groups have communities. So when you click on the communities, these are the communities that you've joined, okay? And so you'll have different communities. And when you click on various ones, you can access, if you click on this, for example, you'll get access to the wall that's part of that community, the members that are in there, the discussions, the topics that are in there, and so forth. So each community will be able to communicate within its own area. And it's private, so you don't have, it's not like you're on Facebook and everybody shares stuff on Facebook. This stays all on site. So anyway, these are courses you get access to that you've either redeemed or purchased. Topics are just topics of discussion that you have. And anyway, I babbled really a long time here, but is that kind of, I just talked a lot. What do you think? Does that make sense to you at all?
It absolutely does. What I absolutely love, there's a lot of people that start out and they don't have money to run with it.
Yep.
And so all they have to do, let's go over it again. So they join, and then they can just be active in checking out the different resources, meeting.
Yep.
And so the points, that's how they get their own points, right?
Yep.
So they can trade those points for other resources.
Yep. And as we add more and more to it, again, this is pre-launch right now, so we haven't put this out to the world. This is something that's very private. Very few people have actually seen this, so you're kind of on the cutting edge here.
Yeah, this is so cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's been a blast for me. I love what's coming together, and I like that it's, people can pay for the memberships they buy the memberships a monthly rate. Like, for example, in the membership levels, the apprentice member, which is what you're seeing right here, it's $10 a month, right? And my feeling is that $10 a month, if you can't afford $10 a month, then there's something wrong, something really wrong, okay? But for $10 a month, you get so much stuff that you can learn to make more money, right? And then the team builder is $20 a month, and there's different levels, of master networker and so forth. But for the most things, what's so cool is that if you don't have a lot of money, you can participate. You can sign up for redeem the points. You can earn points for participating on the forums and the communities and so forth. And then as you earn those points, you can redeem those points. And if you really want to get some of these pro tools that actually cost real money, right? You can do that by working hard and getting on the leaderboard. And we reset it every week. So you have the same odds as somebody who's been here for 3 years, right?
Wow.
Each week it's reset to 0. So it gives everybody a kind of a level playing field on Monday morning. So anyway,
love
then
it.
you can earn credits. So
You know what I love about everybody on tonight? We got Richard, we have George, we have you, and you're all friends, and we're all friends. But the beautiful part is that it all interconnects on not just one particular company, but all MLMs in the world. And it's not, nobody knows what company I belong to, what company you belong to, and they never will, because it's just, let's roll up our sleeves as this larger vision of education.
mhm.
And it's phenomenal. I think when I first started, I didn't have anybody at all teach me anything. And I just wished I knew about here. Now, here's your book. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I'll talk briefly about it. This book here is the stuff I wish I knew about when I started. Okay, I'm a diamond right in the business I'm in, and one of the things that I did before I wrote this book was I talked to a lot of the diamonds and above and said, you know, how do you, what do you do? How do you prospect for people, right? And it's interesting because what they said was, well, we look for people who want to build a business. We look for people who are motivated, who've got, reason why. I said, but what do you teach the people to do? And they're like, well, we show them how to sell products. Right? And
No.
I'm like, well, why aren't you teaching them the stuff that works for you? Why are you teaching them this other stuff, right? So that's why I say think beyond the products, okay? The products, they're never going to get you wealthy, okay? Product sales will give you extra hobby money. It might make you $1,000 a month, maybe even, but it's not going to give you the tens, 20s, hundreds, 50,000s a month or more income, right? You just can't multiply your time that well, right? So anyway, so I give people some secrets that I've learned, and that was the first one we were just talking about is people-centered business. And we're not going to go through all these tonight, but the idea is these are just different things that I've learned, and you can download it into a chapter if you want. This is actually on Amazon, so if you want to buy it on Amazon, you can too, or you can buy it through the website. I think there's a little bit of a discount on the website. So, but it's the stuff that, like I said, I wish I had known this, right? It would have saved me a lot of time.
Isn't
So,
it funny how we have our passions because we had such struggles and
yeah,
now we're able to give back? Like my book, Newbie 101, yours is Beyond the Products. Bob Proctor wrote a book called It's Not About the Money.
right.
I love that book. So what we're going to do, that was wonderful. I'm going to say, everybody, let's get on together and let's talk about some real specifics here. George and Richard, yes. Isn't this fun? You guys are so cool. You are doing so much. Each of you together are doing so much to help anybody, especially the newbies. So,
Christine,
yes.
can I throw something in on the MLM Mastery Club?
Mhm,
A couple of things I like about it is one, I like the points.
mhm,
Okay, I'm very competitive by nature, and so that motivates me to get in and do things.
mhm.
Okay, actually, it's one thing to read about things, but actually do them. The other thing is I like the community, the walls. A lot of people do not like Facebook. By going into a system like this in the communities, okay, I'd be a lot more comfortable bringing my people there than Facebook, where they get sidetracked with all kinds of things, good, bad, or indifferent. They just get sidetracked in things where I might want them being focused on being successful with their business. And you can have a community in there for you and your team for your specific business. It's all private. Nobody else can get into it. But anyway, I wanted to just kind of throw those two things out on things I think is really neat and unique about the
Well,
MLM Mastery Club.
I think
Thank
what's
you.
really, really cool, I mean, when someone wants to come on and really do something and join, doesn't matter what company, I think an idea is that as a leader, to give them that access to the magazine and to the club and cover that, because you're glad here's my gift. I'm going to get you. I mean, I'm just saying this only makes sense, and just here's my gift to for you. We're going to get you enrolled with this, and I'll cover that. We'll get you enrolled with that, and we'll cover maybe the first month or something to get you started or something. But it's everything that you both have together, and all of you, and Richard, you're going to be a master on both of them. And I am involved too. I think it's core that the way we've gone through our experiences and what we want to do to correlate to help others, it's powerful. We're going to reach people.
Yep. And we're making a difference. That's what's cool.
Yeah.
There's so much junk out there that is just, they're from people that have never actually done the work, right? They do it my way, but no, I didn't do that, but just do it this way.
Or you have to pay a lot of money for it.
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to avoid, is all the money that you don't have to pay.
Yeah. We're actually, it's funny, we're actually about ready to launch the platform. In fact, one of the things that's happening this week is I'm actually, since Richard likes points, I thought you'd get a kick out of this. We're creating a pre-launch contest, okay? And I'll set it up on the site. It'll be tomorrow, the next day, something like that. And if you visit the MLMmasteryclub.com, there will be a place where you can enter your email and name in there, and you'll have an opportunity to earn points toward a free membership. So we're actually going to give away two of the Team Builder memberships. And what's fun about it is that you can actually earn points by sharing it. So the way it's set up, if you share it with Facebook, or you share it to LinkedIn or to Twitter, or any of these platforms, even emails, every day you come back and do it, you can earn more points. And I'm going to give the top point winners a couple of counts. So it's going to be something interesting. I haven't tried that before, but it looks like it'll be fun. So there you go.
It's fun. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? That's going above and beyond to do that. I was just thinking, the four of us, we actually cover the United States coast to coast. We got you in California, Georgia's in Florida, and Richard and I are back to back with Idaho and Wyoming.
Yep, I'm in Reno, so it's kind of.
Oh, you're in Reno? I don't know why you thought California.
Yeah. Well, I used to be California. I think it's a good place to be from.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. How about you, George? How did you and Ron meet up? I mean, you guys have been friends a long time, and he's helped you with the magazine site, but what's the story?
It was another George. There was
a guy that was trying to get Ron.
Yep.
He was soliciting Ron.
Mm-hmm.
And
for another MLM.
Yeah. And so Ron said, you know what? Or he said to Ron, you need to meet George Madiou. Right? Isn't that how it works?
Yeah. And I called a couple times, and then the third time we actually connected, and then I don't know, we talked for hours. I mean,
that's the problem. We've become such great friends that we could kill hours.
Oh yeah. If long distance charges happened on phones, we'd both be broke.
But it's funny because this man here, along with Richard, they're both resources, and they are so interesting. They're so knowledgeable that you could listen to them and learn every single conversation that you have. And,
it's like being a fly on the wall, just being on our show, and then also get to hear this first time. Like, this website's not even launched yet, so everybody on here gets it firsthand and be more. Now, how did you two meet Richard?
I met Richard through George. He said, "You got to meet this guy." I said, "I'm looking for somebody for my platform that can talk about the business." Business side, like business structure, taxes, because I wanted the platform to have stuff for every level. I mean, beginning prospecting level, all the way up to like cryptocurrency and advanced strategies for business structure. So I needed people at different levels to be the masters on the platform. So George recommended I talk with Richard, and we hit it off right. It's kind of a fun thing when you meet kindred spirits. Mm-hmm. Everybody we're all in sync. And it's like, yes, why don't they teach this stuff, right?
It's interesting. and I think I told you this a little bit. Last year, I was just so wanting to learn so much. I wanted to surround myself by virtual 1%ers. I reached out, and that's where I discovered someone on my team actually brought icebreakers to my attention. And I thought, and I looked up everything, and I found out, this is good stuff. So I bought everything seriously on Audible, and it's from Tom Schreider, Big Al. And I actually emailed him, and he emailed me back, and he actually said yes to come on my team and talk to them.
Nice.
And I had a small team because not everyone is active, growing and building. So I thought he was absolutely incredible. Now, here's something you guys may not know, but after I wrote my book, I did talk about Tom, how important he was to me because he did that for me, but I am republishing it in just a couple of weeks. And all three are going to be in there with our new synergy and everything, because it's movement. We're in a movement, and we're finding each other.
Yes.
Because, yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
It's fun. It's fun.
And then, you guys are good friends with Big Al. Are you kidding? Wow, it's more than weird. It's good.
The more you put yourself out there, the more you will connect with people that resonate with you, right? And always ask questions, and talk to people, because one of the things I find, even on my team, I've got a good sized team, and yet I get maybe 1 or 2 calls a month asking for help, right? Which is amazing to me. I mean, I knew when I joined my company, I was on the phone every freaking day with my upline. I mean, I was like, oh, it's Ron again. Yeah, hang on. It was like every day, right? But we built the business like that, right? I think a lot of it comes down to how bad do you want it, right? How bad do you want it? How hungry are you? And if you're hungry enough that you're willing to go the extra mile, trust me, your upline, listen to this, your upline wants to talk to you, okay? Don't think you're bugging them. And people, I don't want to bug you. It's like, look, if our roles were flipped, okay, and you were my upline and I was your downline, would you want me calling you, asking you questions? And I'd be like, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, right? It's going to help everybody win. So
that's what when we were talking a couple minutes ago, between the employee mindset and the entrepreneur mindset.
Yep.
And what happens is it's drilled into us from the time we go from being a paper boy, all right, to our first job in high school and in college and that sort of thing. We would never think about talking to the boss.
Right. Or the boss's boss.
But a entrepreneur's mindset is totally different. What you're saying, Ron, is right on the money. My wife, we were in Las Vegas, and I was doing a talk to this large group, and at the end of the talk, she said to me, "You put up a slide with your name, your email address, and your cell phone number."
Right.
She goes, "Are you crazy?" I said, "There will only be 27% of this room that would even think about picking up the phone."
Yep.
The other 70% would just, this is just a different mindset.
Yeah.
And when I find, and I've done this for years.
Well, how many people called you from that?
Very, very few.
Yeah.
Very few.
Okay.
But the ones that have called me over the years, a lot of them have become friends. A
Yep.
lot of them have become very successful, not necessarily from what advice I gave, but because they sought out the
Right.
advice from people that have done it before them, So
I think it's important to always learn. I will always learn.
Yep.
That's one thing with the direct sales industry that I enjoy is the connections.
Mhm.
How somebody from Wyoming, I can have a contact in New York that leads them to George Madiou in Florida, that then leads me to Ron Wilder in Reno,
Yeah.
back closer to where I live, through New York, Florida, and back to Reno. And your real leaders are just like these guys. It's a family. Whether you're whether you're in my company or my organization or not, I want to help you succeed. Early in my career, I was dealing with small to medium-sized corporations, and believe me, it wasn't that way. They were not trying to help each other succeed and give each other tips and stuff like that. I think that's the one thing that I really do love about the direct sales industry is the close-knit family that we are. And us on here, all four of us, and hopefully the people that are watching this, we just want to help people actually make money and be successful. And that's a problem with it. Too few people are really making the money that they deserve to make with the time that and effort they're putting into it.
Yep.
So if we can build a team to help them actually be successful in their business, then for us, like you said, with our kindred spirits, that's a dream come true. We're being successful, whether we make money at it or not.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's, go ahead. Yeah, I was just going to say real quick, and then I'll turn it back over to you, Ron. But, you know, it's amazing. My whole focus is, my theme is we rise by lifting others. And it's not about the money. You know, Bob Proctor was right on. It's not about the money. Your book, Ron, is just right on. It's more than that, more than products and stuff. And that's what I love about the synergy we have. And hopefully everybody will feel that welcome all the way throughout, because that way they're not discluded because they're not a certain rank or they're not whatever, they're in our space, and they are very important. And I love that.
Yeah. You know, I think in this business, it attracts a certain kind of person, right? Actually, it attracts a lot of people, but the people that stick, right, are a certain kind of person. And the kind of people that stick are the ones that want to help other people, okay? My personal life purpose is to help people be the best they can be through my example. And I guarantee everybody in this call has a similar life purpose in that it's helping other people, because in this business, you can never be successful unless you help somebody else be successful first, okay? And that means your priority is them, okay? It's not you. If you make it about yourself, I always thought when you're prospecting, if it ever feels icky, it ever feels weird, like it doesn't feel comfortable, that means you're focusing on yourself. You're focusing on what you want instead of what's helping somebody else. Because
Very good.
if you help somebody else, you're never going to feel icky, you know? So.
Wonderful. All right, George and Richard, you got something to say about this.
Go ahead, Richard.
Waiting for each other. So, yeah, I think I kind of said my piece a minute ago. With our objective truly is just helping people be successful, whether it's marketing their business, building their teams, saving on taxes, whatever it is. And I've gotten to know George well enough, as well as Ron and Christine, that all of us, as we've said before, you know, making any money is secondary to the fulfillment that you get from just helping others be successful.
Definitely. So,
And
and
we all have come together in a project that we had started called the World Leaders Program, because unfortunately here in the United States, a lot of people think that everything revolves around America, but there's a lot of countries out there. And so what we've decided that within the next 3 years, we're going to take back network marketing from the con artists and the bullies and everything else. And we have really put together a team of people from all over the world. And so the only drawback is that we get calls 24 hours a day, whether or not they're from New Zealand or Ireland or Reno. You know, it's like, but it's so great because when I was in the corporate world for a very short period of time, I didn't know anybody but from, you know, my town. That was it. And now we all have such great international friends that if we wanted to spend some time in Switzerland, it's possible. It's more than possible.
those are our retreat events that we have. We got to, you know, share.
That's
make
what we're
sure
going to
everybody
do.
feels
That's
special.
we're
Go to
working on
that
that.
side of the world so they feel special. Go to these southern islands to make sure they feel special, right?
Yeah.
Go to the good old Rockies. Yeah. Well, we're at the end of the hour, gentlemen. It's been such a treat. This is
Let me get a
such a
picture.
treat.
There we go. I got to get a picture of this. This is great. Okay.
Well, see how you are, then you share that with me, okay? Just send it to me too. You guys are great. We have next Monday. We're all going to be on, and you all have your different sections you're going to report on and get the full picture. And again, thank you so much. We're going to say goodbye to everybody. And I can't say enough how incredible it's all about making a positive difference here when it comes to 9 at Night. There's Ron and his beautiful wife. And she's just gorgeous. But my co-host is Richard Brough. Our special guests are, I'm going to call you all co-hosts. We got Ron Wilder and George Madiou. And thank you so much. We appreciate all of you so very much.
Good night.
Yeah, no.
Night.